Hi, I'm Ron Bateman, the Sheriff of Anne Arundel County. Welcome to your Anne Arundel's Most Wanted program, a program where we showcase wanted criminals, highlight open cases, and look to you for tips. You, concerned citizens that share my same goal, and that's keeping our communities safe. You'd be proud to know that your calls have allowed us to put handcuffs on thousands of criminals. So sit back, set your DVR, or grab a pen and paper, and help do your part in catching criminals. You're watching Anne Arundel's Most Wanted. And of course, everyone recognizes our next guest, Mark Lemansky. He's the Public Information Officer for the Anne Arundel County Police Department. Welcome back to the show, Mark.
Thank you, sir.
Who'd you bring for us?
Well, we have three individuals today, Sheriff. First one is Michael Arnold Hood. He is a 5 foot 9 inch tall, 185 pound white male with brown hair and blue eyes. He has a date of birth of April 22nd, 1971. His last known address was 6346 Beachfield Avenue in Elkridge, Maryland. On July 28, 2017, detectives responded to two commercial burglaries, one at the Quad Deli and the other at Christina Joseph Salon, both located on Veterans Highway in Millersville. In each case, the suspect made entry to the business by smashing out the front window with a stone block. He then proceeded to steal electronics and cash, having a total value of over $1,000. Video surveillance and other evidence resulted in the identification of the suspect, Michael Arnold Hood. Detectives filed for and received an arrest warrant for Hood, charging him with second-degree burglary, theft, and destruction of property. Our next subject is John David Talbot. He is a 20-year-old African-American male who is 5 foot 9 inch tall, medium build. Our next subject is John David Talbot. He is a 20-year-old African-American male who is 5 foot 9, medium build, with black hair and brown eyes. His date of birth is September 5th, 1977. His address is 114 Clay Street in Annapolis, Maryland. On October 19, 2017, at about 4:30 in the afternoon, officers responded to a call for a stabbing that occurred in the 300 block of Mill Swamp Road in Edgewater. The investigation revealed that the suspect met the victim at this address and engaged him in a fight. During the fight, the suspect stabbed the victim. The victim was flown to shock trauma with life-threatening injuries. Talbot has an active warrant charging him with attempted first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and weapons-related charges. Our last subject is Ronald Joseph Anderson. He is a 5 foot 10, 154 pound white male with brown hair and blue eyes. Anderson's address is 509 Silverside Road in Edgewood, Maryland. In February 2017, officers responded to a business in Linthicum where the manager reported that over the course of several months, one of their employees, Ronald Anderson, had been stealing company property and selling it. The investigation into these allegations revealed that over a 12-month period, Anderson had been stealing property from the company and pawning it at the Chesapeake Pawn Shop in Edgewood, Maryland. The total value of the property stolen was in excess of $26,000. Anderson was served with felony theft charges in February. However, he failed to appear for his trial, and the judge issued a bench warrant for his arrest.
Folks, if you have any tips of where any of these people are, call that number on the screen, 410-222-1490 or 911, 24 hours a day. I can't say it enough. Keep those calls and tips coming in because you're definitely paying off. Mark, thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And of course, everyone recognizes this popular guest of ours, Corporal Amy Miguel from the Annapolis Police Department. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Who'd you bring for us?
I've got three today. The first one is Mary Elizabeth Lord. Her date of birth is November 4th of 1963. She's a Caucasian female, 5 foot tall, weighing 103 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She's believed to be homeless. She has one open warrant for attempted 4th-degree burglary. On October 15th of 2017, Annapolis police officers responded to Cypress Road to serve a peace order. The complainant, who lives on Cypress Road, reported that Mary Lord did not and does not reside at the home on Cypress Road. The complainant obtained a temporary peace order against Mary Lord and reported that Lord lived out of a car that was usually parked on Cypress Road. The complainant reported that as officers were arriving, Lord tried to enter the front door of the complainant's home. When that was unsuccessful, she forced open a rear door, which the complainant was able to re-secure, and then Lord tried to force open a window to the home. At that point, officers arrived and arrested Lord for attempted fourth-degree burglary. Lord could not be charged at that time, and officers released her and obtained this warrant for her. Our second subject is Gregory Maddox. He's born April 22nd of 1983. He's an African-American male, 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 170 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. His last known address is 9 Peters Way in Annapolis. He has an arrest warrant for second-degree assault. On July 7th of 2017 at 9:15 p.m., officers responded to Peters Way in reference to a domestic disturbance. The officers spoke with the victim. The victim reported that a verbal argument started with Maddox. When the argument became heated, the victim locked herself inside a bedroom. Maddox broke through the door and struck the victim in the face with an open hand. Maddox fled the area, and the victim called the police. The officer obtained this arrest warrant for Maddox. And our third subject is Kenneth James Quinn, born December 15th of 1970. He's a Caucasian male, 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds, with black hair and hazel eyes. He has some missing teeth and pierced ears. He is also believed to be homeless. He has an arrest warrant for harassment, telephone misuse, and 5 counts of failure to comply with a peace order. This stems from an incident on January 8th of 2013 when officers responded to the Lighthouse Shelter on Hudson Street for reports of threatening phone calls. The victim spoke with the officer, explaining the 4 calls. The victim was able to identify the suspect as Kenneth Quinn by his voice. Quinn harmed another person at the same location, and the victim had already obtained a peace order against Quinn. This arrest warrant was issued for Quinn.
Folks, you know the drill. If you know the whereabouts of any of those individuals, call that number on the screen, 410-222-1490 or 911, 24 hours a day. Amy, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And of course, everyone recognizes our next guest, Trooper First Class Katie Fallon from the Maryland State Police, Glen Burnie Barrack. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Who'd you bring for us?
All right, for the State Police Glen Burnie Barrack, our first subject is Cornell James Blake. He's a black male with the date of birth of May 7th, 1992. He's 6'1" and 280 pounds, with an address of 1604 Clay Hill Road, Annapolis, Maryland. In June of 2016, Cornell James Blake was investigated by the Maryland State Police Glen Burnie Barrack Criminal Investigation Division due to complaints of CDS sales and drug activity at that residence. Investigation revealed Blake was involved in the sale and possession of controlled dangerous substances, not marijuana, was subsequently charged, found guilty, and placed on probation. Blake violated probation by failing to obey an order of the court to pay his fine. A bench warrant for violation of probation was issued for Blake's arrest on August 18, 2017. Blake is known to drive a 90s gold Buick sedan and a 1996 silver Lincoln Town Car with Maryland tag 6BW3969. Blake also has outstanding warrants through the Anne Arundel County Sheriff's Office for failing to appear for court and second-degree assault. Our second subject is Blaine Ronald Dotson. He's a black male with a date of birth of July 11th, 1950, 5'9", 210 pounds, and an address of 196 Morris Hill Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. On May 10th, 2017, Dotson was stopped by a Maryland State Police Glen Burnie trooper in the area of 695 and 295 in Linthicum Heights, Maryland. The trooper observed Dotson's black Toyota Celica, Maryland tag 8CN0448, stopped in the roadway on the ramp from eastbound 695 to northbound 295. Dotson's vehicle then continued traveling down the ramp onto northbound 295 at a slow speed below the posted speed limit. The trooper observed Dotson's vehicle make sudden jerking movements and observed fresh damage to the vehicle's front bumper. Investigation revealed Dotson believed he was traveling on I-97 and displayed signs of impairment. Dotson submitted to standardized field sobriety testing and was arrested for DUI. Further evaluation revealed Dotson was under the influence of controlled dangerous substances. He failed to appear for his court date in Glen Burnie District Court on August 17, 2017. A bench warrant was issued for Dotson's arrest and is still active. And our last subject is Michael Goodell Santiago. He's a black male with a date of birth of April 16th, 1982, 5'10", 198 pounds. He has two aliases of Kevin J. Uri and Tyrese J. Santiago. Also two addresses of 9416 Canterbury Riding in Laurel, Maryland, and 14819 Bowie Road, number 103 in Laurel, Maryland. On November 1st, 2016, Santiago was stopped in his 2002 silver Audi A8L with Maryland tag 9CL6878 by a Maryland State Police Glen Burnie trooper on northbound 295 at West Nursery Road. Santiago was stopped for exceeding the posted speed limit by traveling 87 miles per hour in the posted 55 mile per hour zone. At the time of the stop, Santiago did not have a driver's license to provide to the trooper. An NVA records check revealed Santiago's Maryland driver's license was suspended, as well as his privilege to drive in New Jersey. He was issued appropriate must-appear citations. However, on October 2nd, 2017, after his case had been postponed several times, he failed to appear for his trial at the Glen Burnie District Court. A bench warrant was issued for Santiago's arrest and is still active. He is known to be a drug abuser and known to be armed and dangerous.
Good deal. You know the whereabouts of any of those individuals, folks. You know the drill. Call that number on the screen, 410-222-1490 or 911, 24 hours a day. Keep your calls coming in because your tips are definitely paying off. Thank you very much, Katie.
Thank you very much.
Okay, before I start with those subjects wanted by the Anne Arundel County Sheriff's Office, I want to tell our viewers that, of course, this is the November show, but last month in October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And what I allowed my deputies to do was wear pink shirts and pink undershirts under their uniforms, bringing awareness to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Cancer has plagued my office and all of our families in the community of Anne Arundel County, and we just want to bring awareness to cancer and the research that's needed. So we allow my deputies to do that. Also, November is going to be No Shave November for my deputy sheriffs, both in uniform and also who wear the plain clothes in my warrant teams. So if you see a deputy sheriff out there with growing a beard, don't think he's a mountain man. And don't think he's out of uniform because he's wearing a uniform, including me, with probably a white beard, because that's for No Shave November, and all of the monies that we donate are going to prostate cancer research. So just kind of making the public aware, when you see some facial hair on a deputy uniform, that's what that's all about. So we'll see how white this comes in. What we're going to do, you can follow us on our Facebook page. Every week we're going to give an update on what the deputy sheriff or the colonel or the sheriff or the captain or the lieutenant looks like. So stay tuned to our Facebook page and check out the weekly updates. Now, for those subjects wanted by the sheriff's office, first subject is going to be Gerald Francis Clonott. Clonott is wanted on 3 warrants for a violation of probation. Back in 2014, Clonott was found guilty of theft and placed on probation. In September 2017, he was arrested again for burglary and theft after he allegedly entered a school and stole a teacher's purse, an Apple MacBook, an iPod mini, and multiple gift cards, which were in the purse. Clonott was released from jail 1 day prior to these warrants being issued. So today we are looking for Gerald Clonott, a 53-year-old white male who's 5'10" tall, weighs 145 pounds, date of birth, August 17th, 1964, and at the time of his arrest, he was living in a van on Acorn Avenue in Annapolis. So his last known address prior to that, 1190 Southview Drive in Annapolis. Next subject, it's going to be Derek Zoran Wilson. Now, Wilson is wanted for failing to comply with his probation on 2 cases. In 2014, our subject was arrested for possession of CDS with the intent to distribute and possession of a regulated firearm, being under 21 years old at the time. The violation of probation warrants were issued on September 28, 2017. The subject is known to frequent the Russet area of Laurel and has a tattoo under his left eye. So today we're looking for Derek Wilson, a 22-year-old black male, 5'11" tall, weighs 140 pounds, date of birth, December the 20th, 1994. Last known address was 8116 Shannon's Alley in Laurel. And our last subject, That is William George Morse. The subject is wanted for committing multiple thefts from autos in the Arnold area. Our subject, William Morse, was arrested and charged with multiple thefts back in August after he was caught on camera using the stolen credit cards. Since then, he has been charged with additional thefts after detectives discovered there were more victims from his rash of breaking into cars. The subject used the credit cards he stole from the vehicles to make fraudulent purchases at local stores. He is charged with multiple counts of rogue and vagabond, stealing credit cards, and theft. Please remember, especially as the holiday season is coming upon us, don't leave valuables in your car where these thieves can see them. Lock the doors and definitely put items like that in your trunk where they're out of sight. So today we are looking for William Morse, who is a 19-year-old white male, date of birth of April 20th, 1998. He's 6 foot tall, weighs 140 pounds, has brown hair and green eyes. And his last known address is 5 Old Sturbridge Road in Arnold. So first I want to thank a few people who allowed the show to happen every single month. The big man behind the camera there, Mr. Dale Boyer, from my office, our training coordinator, Constance Speak. Thank you very much, Constance, for putting this together every month. Our county executive, Mr. Steve Shue, County Police Chief Tim Altamari, Annapolis Police Chief Scott Baker, and the Maryland State Police Superintendent, Colonel Bill Palazzi. Remember, folks, I'm your Anne Arundel County Sheriff. I am Ron Bateman, and we will see you next time on Anne Arundel's Most Wanted.